Commercial real estate loans could be the next thing to take banks down, says Jamie Dollar and Charlie Munger. Right? Commercial real estate. Why is that? Because so many banks make a lot of money from what? Owning commercial real estate. We talk about commercial real estate. We're talking about these big buildings. We're talking about warehouses. We talk anything that's not residential. Well, what's happening is, one, because people are not going into office buildings, those rents are high. People can't pay those rents. That's one. But two, those warehouses, those layoffs, people can't pay those things. And so now what happens is, remember back in the day, people used to say the bank wants to hold the buildings that's empty. The bank want to own the real estate. They want to buy it back from you. This is a situation where the bank don't want to own it. They're like, nah, what's up? Hey, pay your rent, bruh. Pay your rent. I ain't got to get somebody else to do it. And because they don't have it, guess what? This could send bank loans down. But watch this. Here's something that really caught me off guard. Bonds, watch this. So there's bonds that are called CLO, collateralized loan obligations. So bonds that are backed by apartments, mortgages, right? Bonds that are backed by mortgages. Watch this. Collateral loan obligations, CLOs, are mortgages packed into bonds that are sold to investors. So watch this. There's bonds that are packed up with mortgages. So the bonds are loaded with mortgages and they sold to investors. Watch this. These mortgages help fuel the housing costs in Arizona, Texas, and Nevada, which is called the Sun Belt, right? Arizona, Texas, and Nevada has extremely high mortgages. Watch this. Last year's surge in interest rates and softening rental market, meaning people weren't paying their rent, with rising expenses made it hard for landlords to pay the loans on the bonds. So what happens was a lot of these landowners and these apartment owners, they was getting the bonds themselves, right? Because money was good. But because they can't pay that, now the bond payments can't be made. And because the payments can't be made, guess what happened? Default. What happens when $88 billion in CLOs are at risk of default? That is 42% of the apartment buildings in America. So they're at risk of default because the buildings, watch this, that are backed inside of the bonds aren't earning the money for the landlords. And so because they can't earn the money, put me right here. Because they can't earn the money, they can't do what? Pay the bond. Because they can't pay the money, they can't do what? Pay the bond. They ain't making no money. Why? People ain't renting. Because they ain't renting, it ain't coming in. It ain't coming in, what's happening? Yo, the apartments ain't making money. Why? Because people not making money. And people not making money, what they doing? You, we are gonna live together. Costs too much money to live in them cities. It costs too much money. Remember we said something about Arizona a couple weeks ago. The average person in Arizona needs to work 75 hours to pay the rent, bruh. This was in the Wall Street Journal. The average person in Arizona needs to work 75 hours to pay the rent, fam. This is crazy. All right, so let's go a little further. Let's go a little further there.
What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through to take you from panic to encouragement. There's There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
Ooh. This complements this. This complements what I'm telling you about. When I'm telling y'all we do homework to get y'all real information here tonight. Watch this. Boom. I want y'all to understand how, watch this, work with me right here. Understand how these people play the game. Watch this. Nuveen is a company that is a part of like this. They are the asset management firm for this like teachers bank. It's an asset management bank. Watch this. They just purchased 12,000 units of affordable housing, which is projects, scatter sites, affordable housing in the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Texas, Massachusetts, and Nevada. They also purchased land with buildings on them, and the buildings need to be rehabilitated. You know what that means? That's scatter sites that's ran down. That's the buildings in the hood that's tall. That's vacant. $64 billion. $64 billion. 8,000 low-income apartment buildings, developable land, and existing buildings that need rehab. Assets on sale. Wait up, y'all. Wait up, y'all. How do the wealthy get rich? How do they add to their wealth? Buy assets at discount, man. So when we go back forward to the first one, we say, yo, the apartment-backed mortgage bonds, they about to default because they ain't making no money. Yo, how much money we got right here? Come on, get all the money. You give me $1 million, you give me $1 million, you give me $1 million. Give me everything you got. What we about to go do? Yo, we about to go buy these. Ain't just in one state, though. They in states where the rent high. We in New York. They in Brooklyn, they in the Bronx, they in Queens. We going straight to the hood. We in Boston. What people don't know is Boston, Massachusetts is one of the poorest cities in America. That's what people don't know. It's one of the poorest cities in America. They in what? Nevada. What we just talked about Nevada. The rent high. Guess what? They went and bought them, the scatter sites, the apartment buildings that's tall, that's ran down. Guess what? Let's all put our money together. Guess what? How much more can we leverage to? Guess what? All us got good credit. The bank gonna give us we put it in here. The bank gonna give us the money. Guess why? The bank need to lend money out. We match the requirements. Guess what? We go get $64 million from the bank. Put it down. We good. Guess what? Now we gonna renovate it. That's when the real estate people come in. We talking about loan to value and getting 85% of the loan or what it's gonna bring in. Guess what? That's a generational play. We talking about how they put their people in play? Shh. This how. Somebody say Boston not poor. You better go look at it. Go look at the income median in Boston. Go look at it. I ain't talking about the Roxbury. Go look at Boston. Go look at it. Boston. Matter of fact, my dog Steve, he just come from Boston. That's why he moved. He said, bro, it's horrible out here. That's why he moved to Tampa. Play with it. That's how they put themselves in position, y'all. They put themselves in position because they wait to these moments and they double down. They triple down.